As you all know by now, the SEC is suing Binance and Coinbase. After the news came out earlier today, Gary Gensler went on CNBC and he said something very strange during the interview.
Look, we don't need more digital currency. We already have digital currency. It's called the US dollar, it's called the euro, it's called the yen. They're all digital right now.
After I heard that, I thought to myself, why is it important for Gary Gensler to be giving his opinion on if we need more digital currencies or not? He didn't even mention blockchain technology and all the potential that comes with it. He just said he doesn't think we need more. And that makes it very clear that Gary Gensler has motives outside of just protecting investors. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you saw in the beginning of the video, we have the SEC going after crypto for probably more reasons than just protecting investors. I think they want to take down this industry, and Gary Gensler has some, motives outside of just protecting people. I think he doesn't like crypto and wants to get rid of it. So we have that issue now, sort of affecting the market, and that did cause prices to fall just the other day, though we did bounce back from that, and now we're kind of just sitting here in this zone chopping around. Looking at the weekly chart for Bitcoin here, what you can see is that even though we had those events recently and we did see a dump in the market, generally speaking, the technicals are very straightforward. We have an uptrend and we have previous resistance as new support, right? So this is sort of like a stair step pattern, and that is constructive. If the trend continues, we stair step up again to higher levels above 30,000. The trend is still here. When does it change? Well, 25,200. That level right there is very key. If we were to come back and close a weekly candle below 25,200 with a close, not just a wick, well, that would be destructive price action. Here in March, you remember this, we had previous resistance, which was new support here, and we had a quick move below that zone, but we didn't close below the zone. So in a way, you could say we held the support, and that gave us a lot of momentum for the next drive to the upside. Same thing goes for here. Bitcoin needs to hold 25,200 or just continue to close weeklies above 25,200. A wick below with a close above could still give us momentum to the upside. But closing a weekly below there would probably send us to lower levels. And at that point, it puts us in a position to possibly create a decrease in momentum, a head and shoulders of some kind, for a longer sideways range. Something along those lines is what I would expect if we did break down. But for now, we're holding. And really what's most important to me is the weekly close, right? Because if we get a nice close up and close around 28,000, that'd be like a nice hammer. And then that'd probably give us momentum for the next drive to the upside. Let me go to the Bitcoin chart here on the weekly, and I want to use the upper fib targets by using the FTX collapse zone. If you fib from the pre-FTX collapse high to the post-FTX collapse low, it gives you targets that are currently extremely accurate for our top sell target zones. The 1618 was a perfect hit here in February. The 2618 was a perfect hit here in April. So Bitcoin is respecting the fibs when you fib from that zone. So in theory, if the trend, continues to be our friend, we hold this uptrend line. If we maintain 25,200 and get a nice weekly candle close, the target becomes the 3618. 37,100 roughly. So I'm definitely considering that. Of course, right now, maybe I'm speaking too soon, or, maybe we don't hold this area and we dump. But just to mention what I would be looking for in the sort of medium longer term here for this trend. Overall, I am still remaining bullish until the market gives me a reason to not maintain my bullish bias, which would be a close below 25,200. This week would have probably ended up being a much better week for Bitcoin had the SEC not been going after top exchanges, but it is what it is. Bitcoin went up during the banking crisis, right? So in this zone, the S&P was going down while Bitcoin was going up. Right now, Bitcoin's, kind of not doing much, going down a little bit while the S&P is going up. It happens sometimes, right? There are areas of unique price action where the correlation becomes less relevant for a short period of time, but usually, eventually, they snap back into correlation. And the last thing I want to discuss here is the parabolic trend. There is a good argument right now to say that we're not really in a parabolic trend anymore, that things have become, well, just a normal uptrend. And either way, it doesn't really matter. It was more of an educated guess that I was making. Had we not had the news, we probably could have bounced from here with the stock market and gone, well, more parabolic. If Bitcoin gets a good weekly close this week, then I will say it's still in play. If we don't get a good weekly close this week, well, we're going to just have to go with a normal uptrend, right? So that's the update on the parabolic trend, but we'll see. Again, the biggest thing for me is this weekly candle close. This is going to determine a lot in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.